Welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Nick, and this is Super Simple Security Principles, part of the IHP Academy. This is episode 11. Let's spread the word about deepfakes. As always, I am joined by our Master Guardian, Makani. We're going to take things super simple today with our topic. Our goal, if you aren't aware of deepfakes, is by the end of this episode, you will be. So, to start us off, here's a question for today is, what do we need to know about deepfakes?
Well, the short answer is, what is a deepfake? Why do we care? And what to do about it. Those are the three main points we'll cover. And the way I think about this episode is as a warning call and a request to all our listeners. We really hope that you will help us spread the word, because even though the threat of deepfakes is just beginning, I suspect that one day deepfake will be a household word, one that everyone knows. And we want you to be prepared long before that day happens.
Okay, just a little word sesh or vocab sesh for you. The word deepfake is a combination of two words, deep from deep learning and fake referring to any media that uses artificial intelligence or AI to simulate people doing or saying things they never did or appearing in fabricated situations without their consent.
Thank you for that definition. Yeah, so let's break that down a little bit. We'll talk about deep learning in just a minute, but first I want to share my one sentence explanation I've been testing out on people. It seems to make sense to them. It's basically like photoshopping, but for videos. And obviously that's not a complete definition, but it kind of gives you a place to start thinking about deepfakes. Because, of course, the world, we've been creating fake media for decades using a variety of techniques. And these days, we even have playful face swapping apps, which is the main thing that deepfakes are really used and known for right now. The difference with deepfakes is that the goal and the reality is that we can achieve a level of realism with them like nothing we have seen before. The new generation of AI is capable of what's called, as Nick mentioned, deep learning. And what that means simply is that an AI can learn what someone looks and sounds like by giving it photos and recordings of that person. And then once it has that knowledge, it can use it to alter and create realistic videos. You can take an existing video and swap in someone's face. You can change what they say. You could put words into a politician's mouth or become the star in your favorite movie. And this is still early days. It's getting easier and easier because the technology is improving. And it's really powerful stuff.
This really is crazy tech. While I don't necessarily agree with the ways deepfakes are currently being used, I have a hope for a brighter future. Can you imagine if we could have just one Bond character, no longer having debates over who's the best Bond, but we could choose the ultimate looking Bond model and pattern everything after him? He'd never grow old. After all, he's a fictional character, anyways. We could find the greatest stuntman ever and have that modeled for the action sequences. Like, this could be the ultimate fiction character.
Yeah, the potential for movies in particular is definitely exciting. I agree. Honestly, it makes me think of my sister Kiana, who loved to make movies. I wish she were still alive to see it. She would be giddy excited about all the cool things we would talk about that she could do with it. It also has incredible potential for good in education, medicine, and so much more. But as you referenced, Nick, the way deepfakes are being used currently is frankly painful. They have their roots in pornography, where there's face swapping of celebrities in existing porn films. And a large part because there's plenty of photos and videos of celebrities available, it's easy to teach the AI what they look and sound like. But here's the interesting thing. It's also a threat for people like me. because there's certainly plenty of audio of me in the podcasts to be able to fake my voice. And I will be making a bunch of videos also that will be enough to teach an AI. Not only that, but AI is going to get a lot smarter. 5 years from now, how many photos or how much video will it take to teach an AI? Honestly, I don't know. I'm not even going to guess about that, but it really makes me pause to think about how many pictures I want of my wife and kids online. Now, another aspect of this threat that is already happening and will also grow in severity is scams. I linked a very simple one, and it's not even that great, but it gives you an idea of what's coming to a scam advertisement from December of 2023 that uses a deep fake of Taylor Swift. Now, she had nothing to do with the scam, of course, nor did La Crusette. Now, the last point I want to make regarding why do we care is when I think about all the different things that deepfakes will be used for, because I know there are going to be a million ways that people come up with to use them, both good and bad, that I never imagined. And my hope is that in the long run, deepfakes will overcome their origins and be a tool for good in the world.
Look, I'm a simple dude. You say deep fakes, and I know I could be fooled. And I don't have the tools to help me identify what's legit or what's fake.
Yeah, and I would love to say I had a magic bullet, the perfect answer, but it's a tough problem to solve. And the ideal solution would be to have some universal way to look at a video or listen to audio and say, "Yep, that's fake." And there are telltale signs today in many deep fakes. But my guess is that eventually those will all be gone. Now, I have to say, I sincerely hope I'm dead wrong about that because I hope we can find a way to reliably identify a deepfake. But my guess is that just like most security threats, there will be many strategies needed depending on the situation, many possible layers of protection. And the layer I want to add today through the IHP Academy in this podcast is the first, most basic one, which is just awareness. Like so many other threats, the threat that deepfakes presents, it thrives in darkness. The bad guy's job is so much easier when we just don't even know that a threat exists. And that's why I want to shine a bright light on deepfakes. And I know that won't be the end of the fight, not by a long stretch, but it's a good start.
Okay, so there you have it. Let's start spreading the word about deepfakes. In the show note is a link of a website that gives you a demonstration of a deepfake. It's awesome. I absolutely love it. It shows an alternate ending to the 1969 moon landing, in which the mission was a failure. Site also has a bunch of other interesting deepfake videos, explanations, and cool articles. So we've got that listed in our show notes. Don't be afraid to talk. Spread the word about deepfakes, because the more we talk, the more we educate ourselves, the better we could create a security and safety layer for ourselves. Thanks so much.
Thanks for bringing up that moon disaster website, because I remember when I first talked with you after you looked at it, how fascinated you were with it all. And it really is a great resource for anyone who wants to see some interesting examples of deep fakes and learn more about them. So if you're listening and you do check it out, again, please be sure to share it with your friends. And if you think they'd enjoy this episode, share it also. Or just talk to them about deepfakes. Whatever methods you choose, please help us spread the word about deepfakes. Thank you.
Okay, that's our super simple show today. Remember, just by listening, you are making an improvement to your privacy and security. We'd love to hear from you. So come visit us at ihpacademy.com by clicking on the link in our show notes. Thank you for joining us. Make it a great day. Bye-bye.